It's like one of those it's like one of those really beautiful games that you got. I played through this game entirely meaning to stream it, but that never happened. However, I'll do it here. I'll go through the entirety of the game, man. Look at my character, dudes. 505 makes fantastic experience games. Oh god. Cannonball! Yeah, hold on. I gotta remember the controls for this game. Gripper, come here. And he lets go. Okay. So basically the whole premise of Abzu is to find your way through this reef area and to destroy a greater evil that is destroying the reef. You've got to reclaim the reef and free all the fish that are in the reef. So stuff like this will spawn trapped fish, I believe. Or something like that. I'm not sure if that's how it works now that I finished the game. These little robot helpers come along every now and again, and they help you clear environment areas that you would not otherwise be able to pass. And he's my little fat, friendly helper robot, man. And there's a couple of them located around each and every map. They are hidden a little bit, but it's not too bad. See, I'm wondering, since I freed them all earlier, will it let me free them again? No. Means they're already in the environment. Oh no, he found a friend. I'm gonna make that little sound. Be super nonchalant annoying about it. Should be another little guy somewhere. Oh, excuse me. This is a meditation area where I could just pretty much sit and oh, I found all the meditation areas! Cool! I missed that one. You know, I could like go around looking at all the different types of fishies and whatnot, and that's awesome. I did not realize that was the one that I was missing. I'm happy about that. We meet a thing, another big fish that we think is our enemy, but actually, in reality, He just doesn't like robots. I think he comes up later in the game, though. Oh, there he is. You think he's a danger, but he's actually not. He won't try to eat us or anything like that yet. Ooh, suspense. False suspense, dude. False suspense. And it's areas like this. See how it's all like gray and murky? I've got to go down there and activate that portal in order to clear this murky reef of its darkness. He becomes a spirit. I know this is kind of an older game and it was free on PlayStation, so for those of you guys that are thinking about getting like experience games such as Journey, Abzu, and Flower, they're fantastic games and I would highly recommend that you try them. Because not only do they have amazing gameplay and amazing visuals, they also have amazing soundtracks, and it's just the whole immersion of this game. Games like these are just amazing. I will give you life. I will give life to the reef. I will summon the manta rays. The manta rays have been summoned. As you see here, we bring light to the reef, clearing it of all darkness. We give back to the environments. The environments need it. And as we clear areas, new areas open. And each area that you visit does have a little shark meditation. And you can ride all sorts of the bigger fish. So like those groupers you can ride these manta rays around if you really wanted to. And it's just like one of those games that you can just chill out and relax in. They do have like these hallways that do tell a little bit of a story to it. That are like, hey, this is kind of what happened. There is no linear story told, but there is like these ancient, I'm gonna call them Egyptian or Abzuian hieroglyphics that you could kind of be like, okay, so I could kind of see what's happening here, or something like that. So I suppose what's happening here is that these followers of maybe a deity are bringing something to someone. Oh, and over here is the amount of these trilobites, not trilobites. We'll just call them shells. Shells that you find in every area. So these are the stages of the game. That's the first stage, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and the last stage. So there are a total of 7 stages. Some of these shells are really hard to find. Others of them are just like, oh, there you go. There are also hidden areas throughout a couple of these zones. Like one of the very last zones, you could find the North Pole, which I thought was really cool. Here's Brissy! He's like, shit! You could go down there and explore a lot more. There's a few things down there that are relevant. And the main thing, this greater evil is designated by these pyramids. So you activate these gates. They're kind of like always watching you, but you need to activate them to get through in different areas. So they'll be like, hey, you got a robot, and you kind of look like fam, so I'm gonna let you through. And you know that's how you know it's the end of the first stage, and the game crashes. Fantastic. Fantastic video game. Cheers. That's a bummer. Oh, video game. And now we wait for it to load. I love Twitch's game thing. It's just like, hey, we're gonna mimic this PlayStation controllers thing. That's how you know it's a video game. Anyway, so we'll make our way back up there. Hello. Next chapter, please. It's a good thing that it's saved at like the very end of the first chapter. I think there's like a hieroglyphic station kind of in between every big middle of a chapter. Like you'll come across its storyline. Same thing kind of applies for Journey. And one thing that I did like about this game is the infinite loading times. Like, why? Why do you infinitely load? Okay. New area. You know what they say, the grass is greener on the other side. Oh, this area is pretty cool. You get caught up in a current. You're in a trench and you get caught up in a current. There are like these mackerels that you can, or these red snappers that you can call upon. I think that makes your life a little bit easier. And then there's areas like this. This is one of those really cool games that are just like visually amazing. As I said before. Battle on those dolphins! Dude, all these red snappers. All the red snappers. I don't know why I need them, but I'm just gonna keep them. They really don't do anything for you other than just like kind of like swim with you. And I think it's pretty cool. Oh, there's a shark. Yeah, and again, those little vent areas do hold, like, fish and whatnot. I've already unlocked most of them, so... Or all of them. There's something cool about some of these animals that you can take them straight to the surface. And just do something like that. I thought that was cool. That is also a trophy. Or an achievement if you're looking for it. Wait! Come back! Come back, little guy! You know, it's one of those games that, yes, you could finish in 2 hours. But then, if you think about it, what's the point of finishing a game in 2 hours if you're not going to enjoy it? I think that's the only one that I needed to find. That I'm aware of? Or that I can recollect when playing this? I think the rest of that was just vents. And back into the current. Dude, all the snapping turtles. Or snapping turtles, all the red snappers. No snapping. No red snappers left behind, man. They're all equally as important. Oh, please let me ride. Nope, didn't get that red snapper. That's alright, it happens that you don't get like certain fish groups. But this is like one of the parts that really amazed me was the fact that I was in like current swimming with all these amazing fish species, and you know, swimming with orca whales was amazing. It still is. And time to reef jump. Just cannonballs down. And we're going up to the end of chapter 2. Again, it's not a long game. As much as I wish this was a long game, I'm happy that I got it for, it was on PlayStation for free. But I think I missed the month that it was free and ended up buying it. But you know, that was probably money well spent. No, it was. Because, you know, in video games, if you're able to come back to one and be like, I want to play this again because I enjoyed it, that means you put your money. It was well spent. Or if you got it for free, you know, you can't pass that up. I will give you my heart if you give me your heart. And the orca whales, man. Many orcas. We cleared the reef. And there's certain points in this game which I was like amazed with and whatnot. So as best as you can tell, it's just a reef with a lot of seaweed. You can see here that there's a lot of Abzuians, and then there's this shark. Well, the shark looks to be powered by something, or it's kind of being worshipped for whatever reason. And then you have, you know, the areas that you're at. Or the areas they find yourself. So they're basically praising the shark. For whatever reason. Like, the shark has something very important about it. And yes, you can dive down all the way down to the depths if you really wanted to. And there are, you know, actual sharks and animals that would live way down in the ocean. Which I found that really cool. There's also vents down there. What I found really cool is that they actually kind of got the habitat zones accurate. So, you know, you've got reef tip sharks living near the reef, but you go down deeper, you find anglers and thresher sharks. You get some of the guys that live way down there. Which I thought was pretty cool. I'm just going to take the time now to say, if you guys are watching this on Twitch or on YouTube, thank you very much. Your viewership does mean quite a bit to me. It means I know I'm doing the right thing here, and keeps me going, man. Keeps me going, so thank you. Ooh, puzzle parts. So this game does have a little bit of its fair share of puzzles and places that you might want to visit. So these anchors, I have to go find where they are at and how to unlock them to open up the big gate to advance to the next area. I'm sorry, did I not? unlock that down there? Oh no, there's a little guy. Come here, little guy. I'm playing an inverted flight stick or whatever. Oh, I didn't unlock that one yet. Or it doesn't look like it. I might have. Yeah, I did. Okay. So in this area there are 2 chains, no pun intended, that you've got to unlock. I'm just gonna go grab my friends here. They're in distress, dude. You gotta always help your friends out. Always help the friends. Friends are important. And here you can see that the Grand Gate's right here. And I believe manatees. And I think a shark was the breed of things down here. Maybe manatees and hammerhead sharks was what I had to free. Teamwork! Or not. And that's an open gate. I'm not gonna be looking that hard for the other shells this playthrough, because I just wanted to give you guys a playthrough of the game on YouTube, since it was something that I wanted to do back when I still streamed on YouTube. I never did it though. I don't know why. I think I know why. Take it back. Rise of Iron was coming out, so I prioritized Destiny over Abzu, at least streaming it. I think I made it through this game at least 3 times. 3-4 times from the time that I had it. Oh no, see, the poison fish are here. Not many fish will hurt you. I don't think those guys do. Well, there's a couple things that will. There is a hidden shell behind the grass area. Kind of over here. It was hidden behind this rock. At least where I found it. I'm sure it's the same formula for the entire game, for anybody else that plays. You know, chapters are relatively short, which is nice. So if you don't have a lot of time, you get through one chapter and, you know, you could always come back. And that's what I like about most of these games, is that they do have replayability. You know, and sometimes experiences aren't the same. Sometimes they are, sometimes they aren't. You make new discoveries, you look at new fish a different way. You kind of, the next time that you play this, you actively do something new. There's something new about it. Unless you play this game for like the 50th time and know everything about it. I'm gonna give you my heart. Whoa, whoa. Ah, yes. Whale sharks. Something else that I like about games like this is that you play it, right? And you know, you're actively playing it, but you're also actively engaged with it. You're like, ooh, that's a thing. I like that thing. Where else can I find this thing? You know, and every area has a different fish. Although fish do little to nothing for you. It's still pretty cool. I'm going to assume this right here is methane. Okay. So another part of the story. You're giving each other thumbs up. That means something good happened. That's the most important part of the story. We're coming up to the whale part. This is the largest story room, so to speak. So, you know, you come up to it and you're like looking over here. Well, they went to the sea to grab something and they found this orb. They all found this orb, right? The water has something really cool about it. It gives life to creatures. It basically gives life to the ocean, and so they're using it for underground purposes and whatnot. And they're growing the reef. And it's all immaculating into like this one star area. Like, we'll call it the important zone. I'm gonna light this up again and continue telling. Okay, so, basically with everything good, there has to be an evil. And there was this evil that kind of was created to disrupt the goodness. And basically these Abzuians couldn't do much against it, but kind of go with it because it'd be controlling. Until kind of our hero steps in and be like, I will save the light. It's basically kind of like a prophecy. So this horrible thing is crushing the reef that we made and creating great darkness. All the fish flayed, and we're just basically here like, hey, hold on, we gotta stop this. And again, it does break the reef. Let's see. Up here is another shell area. And in the final zone, to open up the door, we see that all the spirits of the animals and whatnot are kind of locked away in another realm due to this great darkness. That's kind of why the shark's here. It's the one spirit that's able to withstand it. So he's just kind of swimming around defeating all machines because he thinks all machines are bad. So these people basically praise the shark because he's basically pretty much one of the saviors of the reef, or one of the last surviving deities of the reef. And so that triangle figure is not good. However, we have to kind of coincide with it in order to defeat it. Sorry. Next chapter. And this is the whale part, so we come out here and we'll probably, and I think we dive down with whales. Yeah, this part was really amazing to me. Because you got these blue whales, or humpback whales, one of the two, that you basically just swim alongside. They're like, hey, come with me. We're going down to the depths. We're going to take you down, down, down to whale country. And I thought that was really cool. You must have found a lot of krill there, because they don't eat fish. Oh, right. So we dive down with the blue whales, and then we see the humpbacks coming up to the surface, which was kind of cool. And then there's the biggest of the blue whales. Which is like, you think you heat pasted me? Damn it! Oh wait, never mind, that wasn't one. I was thinking that was one. That's why I said damn it. Alright. So these things will explode in front of your face. Do not touch them. They're that evil triangle that you don't want to encounter. And of course down here, you know, are those anglerfish, are those fish that don't see but use electronic signals to like be like, hey, I know you're here. Oh, actually, I didn't realize this is an area. Guess what I just found? Says he's not gonna go looking for them. Hey. And they're scattered throughout this area. Throughout the whole map. Don't touch me. Ow! Yeah, it won't hurt, man. Alright, that one was pretty butt shit. The fact that that proximity got me. No, no, no. Wait, you respond? Oh, wait, no, they don't despawn. No, go away. Go away. Don't come looking for trouble. I don't go looking for trouble. You stay away from me and I'll stay away from you. Shit, I forgot what you had to do around those generators. Oh wait, I think I remember. Do 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 do. Oh no. I apologize if you think this is like very boring or me being super bad. Dude, don't even. Yeah, I should have pressed square against the one. See now, the fact that I turn these powers on, they will crumble and they won't do shit. Because they're bad, dude. You gotta destroy the bad. And you know, at this part of the game, we're like, oh, these things aren't the friendliest things in the world. So let's turn on the engine turbines and let's just destroy their main streak. And you would think this was like the one area that I would be like, oh, I completely missed that meditation zone. I'm just trying to find that cave right now. And these are whale bones, by the way. Dude, don't hit me. You're such a poopy rump bottom, man. Why you do this? Okay, now that door's open. And everything crumbles upon pillars of salt, pillars of sand. And the door's open. And we let Sharky through. Apparently Sharky was swimming around with us. And I don't know how Sharky is just like, I'm gonna avoid all this. All this stuff, man. Oh no, Sharky. And at this point, we gotta free Sharky and become best friends. Sharky's gonna die, dude. Poor Sharky. No! I am now the sea god's best friend. However the hell that just broke. I don't know. We'll go with video games. And yeah, there's unfortunately zones that you cannot explore. It's open world in a sense, but you're also capped off at a certain point. So it's a hybrid open world. And then we got sperm whales. Oh, I didn't activate this one yet. As you can see, this is kind of like one of the things that you can just activate. And they'll be like, hey, you got friends now? Sweet. Yeah, my first time playthrough, I didn't think I explored all this. Yeah, as you can see, there's your cap. You know, I submerged all the way down, dude. And I think I was just, like, dedicated for looking for that whale piece. As I am kind of right now. Just kind of like looking around. Meditation stations are great too, because there is that possibility that you can find them. Just by like looking at fish, be like, hey. Next fish, you know. You can be like, hey, these are the type of fish that we got here. These are the nice fish, man. The nice sweet fish. And at the same time, you can look at like all the fish and be like, oh, hang on. Maybe I'm in close proximity to a piece. Toward the trophy. You know, I know where this guy's at. We could keep doing this until we're really like blue in the face, but I'm not gonna do that. Next mission. We gotta clear the reef, dude. Clear that reef. Give me a second. Yeah. There we go. If you guys know the name of those prehistoric creatures right there, set that out in the comment section. It's not trilobite, it's like amnites or something like that. I used to know what they were. But now I'm just dumb. Squids, dude. Calamari. Sushi. Pistachio ice cream. Oh. And to answer your question, there could be a possibility that that piece is somewhere in here. If you were ever asking. I don't remember much about this area. You know, there's a chance that it could be in here by this story. Or no, the same story. Yeah. Okay, so I was missing that piece somewhere in the middle of the mission. These three pieces can be, you know, beginning, middle, end, beginning, middle, end, beginning, middle, end. So I found that last piece at the very end. Which means it can be somewhere in the middle. This next upcoming part and the part after, I haven't found shit yet. But I'm not too worried about it. Dude, it is daylight saving zone. Holy crap. Into the little hole. Will I fit? That wasn't a pun. Yeah, this upcoming area is just like, hey, you found the greater evil. What you gonna do about it, punk? I'm like, the greater evil's in the middle of a fucking minefield, dude. However, am I gonna get around this minefield? And we get into the heart of the greater evil. I think we missed a little bit of story there. Maybe. So now that we're locked in. We can see where these machines are like manufactured and whatnot. Or I think, I'm not sure if they're manufactured or if they're turned here against us. I think this is just kind of like the manufacturing. So like, oh shit, our little helper robots are not so helpful. Actually, they are extremely helpful. They're just... They were just bred and built in the wrong place at the wrong time, man. By something that we don't got any control of. But we could help our friends. Those little friends out. Right? Yeah, we can do it. Here we learn about, like, the heart area. I'm just gonna take a little swim around, though. Like these little fish that are built within it. Little helper guy, Scuba Steve, has life in him. Created by the pyramid, or the greater evil, which at its core has life. And then our frame, whatever the hell we are, has life in the middle of it. So basically, it's saying there's life in everything. Even if it was made by machine. There's still a hint of, you know, a life form. No, you cannot hit me like that. That's rude. And then there's this area. This horrible, horrible area. Which we will, may or may not come back to combat. So my original thinking is, why don't I just swim over the top? Well, come to figure, these things are just like trigger happy and they don't like you. They're just kind of like, challenge me, dude. Challenge me. See what happens. Challenge me. Ow. And as you can kind of see, they do move really fast and frequent the more you get toward the heart, so it does make combating them a lot harder. And we are in the eye! The greater evil finally sees us for who we are. He sees Sharky. Sharky's like, come on. Sharky, like, tries to give off the ultimate sacrifice, and in the process, almost ends up killing us. Or so it seems. We've been exposed. Yeah, that mission is like extremely hard to get or to find anything in. I think we're still part of the mission since we didn't free a reef. And that's how you know, like, a chapter is ended. Our light is fading. Shit. You know we're basically hurt, but we can still function. And poor Sharky's there, just like, help. I'm a dead fish. I screwed up. And we're like, there, bud. There. I will comfort you. And as the spirit of the ocean kind of dies off, we're like, no. It's unfortunate that he died. So now we know we have a goal in mind, is to avenge the spirit of the ocean. This part's pretty cool, because this is one of the only parts in the game that you're actually able to go on land. However, you're not too fast on land. And wherever the green goop is kind of where you can go to get on top of land. I at least want one shell. I'm going to look for one shell. Story mission. Story. Come on. So we got our ancients and whatnot, or the Abzuians, and they basically built this place as a sanctuary. As you can see, they poured the life of the ocean into the area. And they kind of like gifted it with something. But as you can see, we kind of like break the game and be like, hey, I can walk too. And then you got like the turtles like, hey, I like what I'm looking at, man. Don't disrupt me. So they like basically carried their essence and their healing powers, and they're like, hey, there's something this way that you might like. That's not necessarily what the lore is, but they basically open their sanctuary type deal to a Shangri-La of the ocean, so to speak. I think the cool thing about this area, it's either this area or the next area. No, what are you doing? Was the fact that, don't dive, was the fact that there are ancient fish in here. No, don't dive! You cheeseburger? Come on. As you can see, there's like I forgot how to pronounce these ones. Like they're ancient dolphins. Ichicanthonaceous or something like that. But you know, you got shit like that, and mosasaurs and trilobites and things like that down here that are like, what? How do these things get here? What are these things? Boom. And there's that meditation station. It's always going to be a shark looking thing. As you can see, there's like ancient penguins and whatnot. I thought this part was like really cool. More ales. Ugh. Let me pick up my essence. Those are trilobites. No, those aren't trilobites. No. Let's see here. Still a little exploration. Just so you guys aren't that bothered by why I'm not exploring. I'm exploring! I'm using my exploratory skills. Alright. Anyway. Oh, that's kind of a hidden little Easter egg too. Hold the phone. Now that we're down here. The motherfucking T-Rex, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the motherfucking T-Rex. She's always got to make that appearance, you know. Like, just kind of as a little hidden gem in video games. It's like, hey. If we go crank this back prehistoric style, we gotta bring in the motherfucking T-Rex. I'm not sure if there are areas above me that I can just kind of traverse on. There might be. You know, most of this game takes place underwater, so you don't, you know, necessarily expect, well, maybe there's something on land that I missed. At least that's not what I'd expect. Like this. I've never seen this area before. And it could have hidden little isolated gems. That's cool. Oh, story. Okay, so basically it's like they're praising the deity. But yeah, that's pretty cool. It's just some of the biggest surprises that you don't expect. It's like, cool, there's this place that I can go to. No, don't. I always think the dive command is to get out of water, but it's not. I made mistakes. Yeah, for a game that's 90% in water, you don't expect, you know, hidden gems and waterfalls or just those areas. And I think that's what stands out. Good games from great games. Is, you know, you find it new zones, new immersions. And by the way, there's a thing up there that I missed. I didn't realize I missed it. I think it's my first playthrough, it was just me zooming around this area. Can I get on that? I should be able to. And then I could go probably explore what's in there. What's in there? Yeah, dog. All the action. And like, you tell yourself, I'm gonna play through this game and I'm not gonna go look for the hidden gems. I'm gonna do this, you know, this way. But when you actually get into the game, you're like, I wanna do this now. When a video game wants you to play like that, you know you've got yourself a good video game. And you're like, video game, why do you make so good? Why do you gotta be so good? Why do you gotta be so good all of a sudden? See, you still ask yourself, well, what if I head this way? What is this way if I decided to head this way? Seems like you can't head that way. But you know, it happens. Okay, video game. I don't believe all the hidden things are out of this area. But that's not a certainty. There's always that one that's kind of like tricky. You know, that one that's just like, ha. I mean, that one area you forgot to look in, dog. And I guarantee you're gonna kick yourself in the nuts. Okay, so Mosasaur. Oh no, giant sea turtle. That's right. That's what was first. I'm giving away spoilers. The Golden Gods. They're real. I'm only swimming on top of this water because I don't know where this last thing could be. So I'm going to assume it's probably not in this area. We gotta give Life Force back to this area. Whee! And I think I'm coming up to like the very end of this mission. So there is still that chance that I missed one. But I hope not. As you can see right there, there's the Mosasaur. Well, you know what to say? Either you nut. Oh, dude. This whole Shangri-La area is really cool. But we're gonna head down here. Oh, there it is. There it is. And there's that final piece. That frog is submerged through the ground. So there's only one piece that I am missing, and that is in the whale area. Oh, it looks like I didn't activate this one yet. That's interesting. Oh no, I did. And yes, I could ride the Mosasaur, but I don't feel like riding that Bulbasaur. It's not a Mosasaur, that's a Plesiosaur. Sorry. Nessie. Mosasaur is bigger. There's some story here too. It's like, hey, near the surface you got the shellfish compared to the normal fish, the ancient dolphins, and then you got Mr. Angry Eyes, the Plesiosaur. He's like, please, you're such a nice boy. And yes, there are two Mosasaurs. Just look out for them. Yeah, most of the time I was looking in the water for those shells. I didn't expect them to all be out of the water. I don't understand why that doesn't flood over. Or what it even is. It's just like life water. It's like, hey, Aquafina in ocean water. It's gonna glow. It's got that special bacteria. It creates life, man. Deal with it. Just deal with it, dog. I still can't believe I didn't find that one whale piece, though. Oh well. I could always go back and play chapters and be like, hey, dog, I need to go find this. Alright, some story here. So it's basically the same images repeated over and over again, except for the Abzuians swam alongside their god, and then there's this almighty trilobite that they're just like, this is the goodness. They brought all these offerings of life and creation toward the sea, and this is where they dumped it out to make the Shangri-La. And preservation for the older animals. At least that's my interpretation. And you know, throw the video game, you're like, a video game? Is this an area where that shell can be? Is this the area? That video game's like, nah. Not quite, my friend. Dude, so alongside the itchy cancer sources. That was a mouthful. I should probably chew before swallowing. This area I don't get where I'm at. I'd say you can definitely tell it's an ocean, but this kind of area that I'm in confuses me, dude. Oh, you know what? I know where we're in. We're in the ruins of the ancients, or the Abzuians. Like, this is kind of like their Atlantis. This was their main city before the darkness came around and it was like, hey, I'm gonna overtake you. See all these deities that you think you possess? I'm the only one, and I'm gonna drown you all. That's basically it. And then that spirit realm area is this in physical form. So we've got to kind of unlock the area to get back into the spirit world. And all the fish are like, we got a savior! We got a savior! We got a savior! We're almost nearing the end of the game here. I'd like to thank you guys once again for joining in. He's crossing borders, man. Dude, for 5:30 it's super dark out. Like it's mega dark out. Hopefully the game doesn't crash here. I'm still surprised it crashed in between chapters 1 and 2. I was like, really? And we're gonna come together with an old friend. The life form's like, hey, no, I know, you activated me again, you're willing to give back to me. Let me help you out here, friend. I'm gonna give you back Spirit Sharky. And I need you to do me a big favor, Spirit Sharky. I need you to go beat that motherfucker. I'll heal you up. Now do the ancient Abzuians a big favor and go defeat him. Go defeat the mans. And I loved this area. Particularly because I got to ride Sharky. But here's the thing about Sharky. I'm in complete control, so I determine how fast I go with him. And with Spirit Sharky, it's kind of like, oh, holy shit. We're gonna destroy all the greater evils. They're all gonna dissipate. We're gonna free the reefs. They're not gonna create any more darkness here. And as we destroy the greater evil's life force, we create a bigger reef, a better ecosystem. which makes all the fishies happy. Nice. And it frees all the habitats that we originally claimed, except it expanded them more. It kind of like gives us a brief overview of what we did in the video game. Kaboom, man. And the last ending of the game was by far my favorite part, because it summarized the game beautifully, but it also gave you the chance to, you know, be in control of the great white shark. But the soundtrack here was just like suspenseful. It's like you're freeing something from something evil. You're making sure that, you know, the evil will be destroyed once and for all. And I think that was like one of the coolest things. Sharky, go. So as you can see here, you're in a current, in a way. So it gives you like these mini currents, which I thought was really sweet. They're all dead as hell, man. Oh, that is hell. I reclaimed this reef, and the name of everything that is good and holy in the sea. Sea levels rise, we advance one level. Spirit Shark is happy. He's just like, I'm sorry I couldn't do this in the real form. I had to die in order for life to be realized. And that's like the end game right there. We just blast through it. But over here, you get the trophy for discovering the North Pole. If you go up there and kind of like interact with the penguins and whatnot, and the polar bear, get the shell, you get the trophy. Oh, here's really cool, because you get the whale diving trophy. You can go down with those blue whales and go vroom. As you can see, they're kind of like exploding back up to the surface. Like that guy. You could actually ride one of those whales and do that. In total, there are 3 trophies, or I think 4 trophies, that you get at this very end mission. Completing the game, the last of the shells, riding the whales. To the surface. I forget if there was another one. All the fish are like, hey. Do me a big favor, bub. See this area? Go destroy the mans. Like, oh, the greater evils, you have to die. Until finally, you know, you get this, like, dip in frame rate and you're like, we're coming for you, evil bitch. And we meet the end of the game. No. There was stupidly a shell in the end credits here somewhere. So you kind of had to play through the credits a little bit and deal with this awkward swimming to get the shell. Credit shell's pretty hard to get. Though I don't think that one counted for anything. But yeah, we vanquished the greater evil. To never awake again. Created a little reef out of him. And completed Abzu. So, end credits is basically what you got left, and this is the terrible end credits scene. Or not terrible, just like the overall awkward swimming in the end credits. That you can do. You can get your character pretty lost here, but that's the game. That is the game. Appreciate you all watching this, if you watch this on YouTube at all. It means a lot to me. And for those of you guys that are over here on Twitch, thanks for joining the stream. And watching Abzu with me. Thanks for chilling out with me on the Sunday. We'll see you guys maybe a little bit later on tonight. Or Monday morning. Or Monday evening. Adios.